Every weekend, a handful of families are granted permission to meet at the US-Mexico border in Tijuana. Many travel great distances for just a few moments. Relatives who come from the US side often have tenuous immigration status. This is the only way to see their loved ones, through a mesh of iron. Just enough space for the slightest touch. As the Trump administration promises more walls, barriers are something many Mexican families have come to know intimately. For mothers like Yvonne, life is dictated by the tides of separation and reunion. Yvonne's son lives in Chicago. She lived there for 12 years, through adolescence and into adulthood. The story of her separation started when she returned to Mexico City with her son to find a country she no longer knew.
It wasn't the same, of course. It's a different lifestyle. Finding a new job, new home, get to know people from here, get used to the violence in Mexico. I refuse to have my son see and experience the same issues that I was going through. Stability, emotional stability was hard to find. I didn't want my son to live that way. So I decided to send him back to where his dad is right now, Chicago.
She also wanted to return to the US, but couldn't.
I tried to fix my the papers to go back there, but it was impossible. So then my only option was to go back to Chicago, crossing the border. And I couldn't make it. Border Patrol caught me on the line. They deported me. I went back to Mexico City, but it felt just so far away from my son. I actually live in Tijuana because it makes me feel that I'm closer to my son, a little bit closer.
Yvonne isn't hopeful about her chances to get back into the US.
Since I get deported, I feel like almost impossible for me to go back there because the government is busy taking people out of the country, so why would they need more to go back? I see it kind of difficult, but there is always a hope. I don't want to miss his graduation from middle school, from high school. I don't want to miss those days. I want to be there.
Yvonne's case is one of the lesser-known consequences of long-standing US immigration policy. The administration of former US President Barack Obama deported more than 2.7 million people over the course of 8 years, almost 1,000 a day, earning him the nickname Deporter-in-Chief. But the Trump administration has come under even greater scrutiny for making unauthorized immigration a criminal offense, and in so doing, separating children from their parents.
I think a lot of the news are concentrating on these few, and I'm going to say few, even though there are hundreds of them that came on the caravan, but this has been happening since 2006, so the amount of people in the court process is overwhelming, just Mexican nationals.
The Trump administration's zero-tolerance policy has led to other kinds of child-family separations. Maria Gaeta heads a group called Deported Mothers and Families in Action. She says more children are being separated now than ever before.
Honestly, to me, it's getting worse. It's not getting any better. It's not better. Especially now, it's more separation of families. It's different. Yeah, deportations exist for many years, but we used to see a lot of men being deported, and the kids stay in the United States with the mother. But now I've been seeing a lot of mothers being deported also. And they don't have no felonies, a lot of them.
The way these people have been sent back with no due process is what is really alarming.
The difference that I see is before I used to ask questions to people that I met here at the canal or on the streets, and they used to say that they have already a deportation order when that happened, when they deport them. But now, a lot of times people they don't have any felonies or nothing. The only problem they have, they're leaving the United States illegally.
Every day, dozens of people are sent down this pathway, carrying nothing more than their deportation papers. For many, it's starting over with nothing. There are few resources to help them get back on their feet, and one day, they hope, back to their families. When Sylvia was deported, she arrived in Tijuana with nothing except the youngest of her 3 children. She's one of the mothers Maria has helped. For 25 years, Sylvia lived in San Diego, just across the border. Sylvia was undocumented, but checked in on a regular basis with immigration authorities regarding her status.
Iba a reportarme cada año, 6 meses, 3 meses, dependía, ¿verdad?, el papeleo que metiera el abogado. En el año pasado fui a la última cita, ¿verdad?, en octubre 11, fue cuando me detuvieron, me dijeron que mi caso estaba negado, cerrado y me tenía que salir.
And the sad thing is that her daughter needs help. She needs to go to a special therapist because she has problems speaking, and she needs a therapist, but she can go here in Mexico because she doesn't have the money.
Y ella empezó a hablar hasta los 4 años de edad, cada día más ella, que ella fue un cambio muy difícil, porque ella no sabía escribir ni leer español y poco a poco hemos estado mucho practicando. Ahora, pues, por lo menos de que terminara el mayor el high school, pues el pequeño todavía no lo ha acabado, pero y Kayla creció un poquito, ¿verdad? Ya no era un baby como antes.
The only thing she did is living in the United States illegally, but she was working all her life, supporting her kids because her husband was deported to Mexico also. But he was deported a long time ago, like 8, 9 years ago, and she stayed there taking care of the kids and working to support her family.
Yo pensé que a ellos les importaban los niños, pero no, en ninguna parte les importan. Yo siempre cuando llegué a San Diego siempre trabajé de recamarera y estos últimos años en este hotel trabajé 14 años, casi 15. Y tenía que trabajar mis 5 días hasta 6. Llevaba a mis 3 hijos a la escuela por la mañana, los repartía de uno en uno. En la mañana, en la tarde recogía al más pequeño a ella. Y ellos siempre han dependido de mí. Y yo digo, yo sé que ellos merecen una mejor vida que la que yo he tenido.
Sylvia doesn't know if she'll be able to find a way to get back into the U.S.
Pero ya estando afuera ya es más difícil. Ya, o sea, si estando allá es difícil, imagínense afuera. Acá yo no tengo dinero para pagar abogado.
Sylvia's children are U.S. citizens and come to see her on a regular basis. But Yvonne went 5 years without seeing her child. She could only call and hear his voice.
The only phone that I can call is his dad's phone, but if I call them 20 times in a month, only one they answer. So I get to speak with my son like 5 minutes or maybe 2 minutes because it's never gonna be the same talking face to face than talking by phone. So he's like, hey mom, I'm doing okay. But he might not know me. Last year when he came, he ran and hugged me. Hey mom, and we get to see each other after 5 years. But then he stopped hugging me and he's like, I don't even recognize you anymore. It breaks my heart. Imagine your son saying that to you. It's very sad. I didn't know what to say at that time. And so, don't worry, son, we're gonna get to know each other.
This is the second time Yvonne will see her son in 6 years.
You're almost here. Ay, mi vida.
Maria was also able to help Yvonne and facilitate the reunion.
But those kids, they need both parents. They don't need only one. But neither the government in Mexico or the government in the United States is doing anything for those kids.
He don't know me. He doesn't want to stay yet here because he doesn't know me. And so I have to build that relationship, that trust. I have to make him to trust me, to ask for more time spending with me.